Hi, Mrs. Notman here from the Learning Lab. Have you ever wondered how you can get more out of your e-text? Today we're going to talk about your Mastering Biology e-text and the other features that are available to you online with that book. You'll see after you log in, you're presented with a couple of different choices here: launching your e-text, joining the course, or exploring the study area. Today we're going to focus in on this exploring the study area and what options are available to you to kind of enhance your work in the book. I'm going to start here with the first thing, which is the chapter guide up here at the top on the left-hand side. These are all the choices of everything that's available to you. We're going to talk about a few of them today, starting with the chapter guide. The chapter guide basically gives you the outline, lets you know everything that's going to be in the chapter. If we click on any of these little 1.2, 1.3, it's going to take us over to that section in the book. So for example, if I just click right here, you'll see that it's going to open the e-text for me in a separate window in case I wanted to just focus in on that particular section. Of course, you can always still navigate straight through your e-text rather than go to the chapter overview. But if you are looking to review a particular concept, it's a fast way to be able to do that. You see here it opened right back up into the e-text for us. Looking back at the chapter overview, you'll also see there are some clicks here where you can go into some activities, and we're going to take a look at those in a different way, but also just straight here from the chapter guide, you can go right into an activity that will let you learn more about classification schemes. You'll see that there are videos in here that you can go right in. There's a little MP3 tutor that you have access to right here as well. So this is a great place to kind of just start, tool around a little bit in here and see what it has to offer. In addition to the chapter guide, I'd like to call your attention to the word study tools. If you look at the word study tool, you'll see that there are some traditional flashcard options for you. The nice thing about this is that you can combine multiple chapters or focus on a single chapter. So if I were looking here, right, I think this is fairly straightforward. We all understand how flashcards work. It's not as exciting as Quizlet, but it certainly is pre-made and ready for you to go so that you could go through and just practice those cards right away. It's a great way to review or even to preview before you start a unit. You do have the ability to look at word roots that are in the unit that you're studying currently to kind of enhance your understanding of the Greek and Latin. You also have the ability to go in here where it says key terms. I think this is a great thing to do prior to starting reading, to go through and kind of get a sense of what some of the big ideas are that you're going to be reading about in the chapter. In addition to the chapter guide and the word study tools, the other feature that I think is really something to take a look at right away are these guided reading activities down here. If we open that up and go in and say, let's just look at chapter 1, you're presented with a scaffolded reading tool, and it allows you to kind of set some purpose while you're reading. So you can see that you can print this out if you like. You can also just take a look at it, and as you're reading, to kind of get a sense of what are the things that I might want to focus in on, how might I organize my notes. So for here you can see that they've got the Venn diagram to compare the two different types of cells. You've got just some general matching to understand what the characteristics of cells are. You've got a chart here where you can organize the producers, consumers, decomposers. I encourage you to take a look at these guided reading activities. Some of you may want to print them out and use them as a note-taking organizer. Others of you may just want to take a look at them and see if there are ideas where you could enhance the notes that you're taking as you read. Again, those are the guided reading activities. I'm just going to pop open another one because I do think that they are probably one of the best features that the textbook offers in terms of helping you to kind of stay focused as you're reading. So again, you can see where we've got some similarities and differences, another Venn diagram in here, questions. I do really encourage you to take a look at those guided reading activities. All right. In addition to those, you've got some visual representations of the concepts in the text. The first thing that we're going to look at are the Campbell activities here. And these are really just kind of little mini lessons on the concept. If we click on that, you'll see for each chapter there's a variety of little activities that you can look at. I'm just going to click on one so you get a sense of what it might be.
In the early days of biology, all organisms were classified as either plants or animals. Single-celled eukaryotic organisms such as algae and paramecium were assigned to one of the kingdoms according to whether they are photosynthetic or not. Fungi and prokaryotes were grouped with plants because fungi are sedentary and prokaryotes have cell walls.
So you can see that's just one other way to kind of reinforce some of the concepts that your teacher's gone over in class or that you've read about in the text. Another interesting thing to look at are the BLAST animations. And these are animated representations of a concept. Let's take a look at perhaps the covalent bonds. So here's a little activity. I'm not going to pretend like I could even begin to do this, but we're going to try and build a molecule. So let's say I want to build a dihydrogen molecule. And then I have to select what are the things that I need to be able to try to build that molecule. All right, and then I'm going to start it and see, am I able to build the molecule? Again, you'll know more about this than I do, but what I encourage you is to get in there, play around with these things. I think it'll really enhance your understanding of the material that you're learning in class. The other is that we have some videos over here in the video section. Let's just say, you know what, you missed a class, you missed a section, you want to go back in addition to getting the notes from a colleague, going to extra help, you want to go back and just kind of look at what some of the topics might have been. Here's one here. Now these are text-based where you'll be reading along and understanding, what's happening in the picture. But here's my personal favorite. When we look at this section here called BioFlix, if we look at BioFlix, it's really going to give you, again, 5 or 6 options of things that you can learn about and ways in which you can do it. So you can start with a basic slideshow that just goes through and tells you about the cells where you're reading and going along with the pictures. There's always going to be some sort of animation. So we're going to let this play for a second so you can see that.
Both animals and plants are made up of cells. Their cells have many features in common, but there are a few significant differences. Let's look inside a leaf to take a closer look at a plant cell. First, we encounter a protective cell wall outside the plasma membrane. The cell wall is made from strong cellulose fibrils.
I'm going to stop there. I think you get the idea that, again, it's just the content presented in a different way. You've got little tutorials where you can do an activity. This one is talking about labeling the different parts of the cell. So here, let's see. I think, is that the mitochondrion? Ah, yeah, I got that one right. Cell wall. All right, so I'm 2 for 2. I'm going to stop there. I think you can see that here's another little interactive experience. This study sheet, again, is something that you could print out maybe after you've finished reading, you're preparing for the test. You want to say, do I really understand about the cell wall? Can I draw them? Can I go through and talk about what the functions are? So for each chapter, you're going to find that there are going to be different activities, different videos, different study sheets here for you to be able to go through and enhance your learning. So I really do encourage you to look through the BioFlix. I think that there's a lot of information there that could really help you. 2 final things that I wanted to share with you. One was a practice test. So each chapter will have a little practice test that you can go through and mark your answers. I'm just going to do some random guessing on the first couple here. If I'm not sure, I can go over here and get a little hint, get a little bit of help there. If I really am not sure, and even after I look at the hint, I have no clue, I can go back and click right here. It's going to take me right back into the e-text. When I'm finished, I can ask to submit the answers for grading. It's going to tell, oh no, I got them all wrong. It's going to tell me if I got them right or wrong, what the correct answer was. Let me know again what module I need to go back and restudy if I've had any trouble. The other testing situation is down here where it says cumulative test. If you click on that, you can see that you're going to have the opportunity to choose multiple chapters. Fabulous way if you want to do some reviewing for midterms. Go in and put a couple of chapters in. I've got time. I'm going to try and answer 30 questions, see how that goes. It's going to create a little test for me here. Again, I'll be able to get some feedback right away. See if I get that one right. Oh no! Organisms make up communities. So I didn't seem to have that one right. Sorry about that, but you guys will probably do a great job. So want you to be looking again here. It tells you what chapter it's from. So if you're not sure about something, you can always go back to your textbook, go back to your notes to look at it. I've done a very quick overview. There's so many things here for you to be able to look at. I really, really encourage you to go through this study area, take a few minutes, click on things. If you want to come up, go over them with me. I'm happy to meet with you anytime. Would love to go over some of the features that are available to you. You're not going to be able to use everything, every chapter, right? But pick the things that you think are really going to help you and take a look at them. If you have any questions, I'm up on the second floor. Come up and see me in room 225 in the Learning Lab. Take care.